Jared Goff, baby. Head of the best team in football right now. Best team in football, not the best team in the NFC.
And yet he doesn't even have 1,900 yards passing. Talk to me.
Remember when we were going over Jared Goff's perfect game? First quarterback to ever have a perfect game, mind you. 18-18.
Yep.
And I said, does this performance today, or not today, but does this performance put him immediately in the conversation for MVP? And you're like, definitely could do. I think so.
Yeah.
I think so too. I think it did then, and I think his performances since then have only solidified his place there even more.
I agree. His last game, he started it out 11 for 11. I mean, the boy is accurate.
And he ended it 18 for 22. He only missed 4.
Yeah.
In the game before that, when they had 52 on Tennessee, he only missed 3. Granted, he only threw 15 times, but he only missed 3 of those 15 throws.
Yeah.
And he still threw 3 touchdowns. How do you go 12 for 15 for only 85 yards and still throw 3 touchdowns?
I've seen stuff like that in college, but never in the pros.
Never in the NFL.
Yeah.
But Jared Goff is doing it. And Jared Goff went to the Lions and everyone thought that was over. He was going to the Lions to roll over and die. The Rams gave up on him. Sean McVay gave up on him. Those fans gave up on him. Detroit did not want him. They were like, oh, man, why couldn't we have went somewhere else like this? And he revitalized.
They did not want to lose Matt Stafford.
No, they did not. Yeah. He revitalized his team. Him and Dan Campbell did things for this team that we did not think would be done for a long time. Did things to this team that I thought Deshaun Watson and Kevin Stefanski was going to do for my team. Okay? I feel for a Lions fan. And I'm here standing with my Lions fan brethren say they have the best quarterback in the league right now. The stats, 1840 pass yards, leads the league in completion percentage. And you should if you got an 18-18 game. Only 14 touchdowns and 4 interceptions. You look at those and you're like, it's probably the worst ones on my list so far. I think. Patrick.
I just got a thought. So, what if? So when he started the game out 11 for 11, do you think they should have just stopped throwing the ball, or took him out of the game?
No, not at all.
No, so he'd be the only quarterback with 2 perfect games. You know what I'm saying? I mean that's some history right there.
The second one would be on a technicality though, because it's like he didn't throw the whole game out.
No, technicality, smecknicality. It happened.
Yeah, that's fair, but that's like bringing a backup in. They throw 1 pass, complete it, and then they don't come back in.
No, that's like throwing 11 passes.
That's fair. I get you. But no, they left him in, and even then, he still only missed 4.
Right.
They finished with the
damn receivers should have caught. You know, I heard another stat. Let me get this right. Like, he's throwing to Amon-Ra St. Brown. Like, is it the stat was something like they haven't had an incompletion?
Oh, so like Amon-Ra has caught every ball thrown to him?
Yeah.
By Jared?
Yes. It was like a crazy stat like that.
How many other receivers got a stat like that with their quarterback? Greatest receivers in the league. Does Justin Jefferson have a stat like that with Sam Darnold?
No, he can't. He can't because.
Does CeeDee Lamb have a stat like that with that? No, of course he doesn't. Come on. Does Lamar Chase have a stat like that with Joe Burrow? Does Zay Flowers have a stat like that with Lamar Jackson? And these are all fantastic receivers.
Yes.
Some receivers, some you'd say are better than Amon-Ra. Some people would.
Yeah, some people would.
Quarterbacks that people would say are better than Jared Goff.
They would be mistaken, but they would. They might.
Quarterbacks that they would say are better than Jared Goff.
Yeah.
Jared Goff is playing the best football in the league right now.
Yes, he is.
When you watch it. Is it as explosive and as exciting? Well, their offense is, and it is great to watch, but is it as fun of a watch as like a Lamar Jackson Maybe
No,
not,
it's not.
but they're two different quarterbacks that play two different games.
Yeah, absolutely. Two different games. And they're going to split the voters. Some voters like what Jared Goff brings to the table, and some voters are going to like or love what Lamar Jackson brings to the table. And we can't help but notice the difference in play and skin color and teams. Like Baltimore is, as a city, is gritty, is grimy, is dark. Detroit sort of the same way, and yet their quarterback is going to be like looked at as the opposite. And Detroit just hasn't done it as well as Baltimore has, as long as Baltimore to be looked at like that.
Right.
But it's going to be interesting to see how much of the vote Jared is going to actually get. Because I think we both can agree that Lamar Jackson is going to get a lot of votes.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not sure Jared will get a lot of votes, but if they continue to win, which we fully expect them to do, that's going to offset some of the electricity that Lamar Jackson brings.
Right.
Hey, wins matter, man.
They do.
Wins matter. And
look, Jared handed Minnesota their first loss. Jared put the absolute beat down on Dallas. Now, Dallas, we all know Dallas is not it this year. But if you're watching this and you're a Cowboys fan, that's got to mean something to you, because Cowboys fans seem to think they're the Kansas City Chiefs of the NFC.
Yeah.
So if you're the Kansas City Chiefs of the NFC, what does that make Jared go? I don't know. I just think no, the way they're doing it over there, they're so clearly the best team on the NFC side.
Yeah.
And I think I stand by what I said. I think they're the best team in football right now.
Right.
It's not as clear cut over here. On the AFC side, you could say the Ravens are the best, and in the same breath, someone could say the Bills are the best. I mean,
absolutely.
Ravens did beat the Bills, but I don't know. It's washy. It's not washy on the NFC side. It's not washy when I turn on a Detroit Lions game.
Yeah, exactly. No, man.
I fully expect his stats to come up.
I mean, right now he's number 17 in yards passing. Right behind Daniel Jones. Oh, that does not bode well for Jared Goff.
That's okay.